Good evening, my Academy of Online Success family. It's Alexander Herring here. Happy Sunday. Happy Cinco de Mayo for those of you celebrating that. And happy Sunday Night Live. Our special guest tonight is Sherri Kirklin. And before I get started, why don't you all let me know if you can, first of all, see my screen. Is everybody? Yep, Chase says, see and hear you fine. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and obviously you must be hearing me okay. Good, good, yes. Everything is clear in Austin. Hey, we've got someone else in Austin. Sherri is outside of Austin, and I don't know if well, we'll talk about this in a bit, but I actually lived in Sherri. I lived in Austin. My family and I lived in Austin for 11 years, Sherri. So we'll have something else in common to talk about. But good. So now everybody can hear me. Everything sounds fine. Everybody can see everything fine. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you all a brief overview of our products and our opportunity here at the Academy of Online Success. Because we are a product company. We have real products that help real people who are interested in either making more money online than they have made in the past. Perhaps they're struggling, they need help, regardless of what kind of business they're in, whatever it is that they're selling. The Academy of Online Success can help people sell anything online because we teach the basics of making money online. We teach the truth of what it takes to make money online here. The whole truth, nothing but the truth, the complete truth about how to make money online. And we do that so that people can make money, as I said, with whatever it is they have been selling, if they've been struggling and they're looking for a way to make more money, or maybe they've never sold anything online. They just happen to find the Academy of Online Success right off the bat. Maybe you're one of those people who was sent the link for tonight's webinar and you haven't ever made money online. You've never even tried maybe, but you're interested in doing it because let's face it, we can all use more money and we can all use more quality lifestyle in our lives to do more things for our family, with our family, whether that's taking care of parents or whether it's taking care of children, making sure they have all of what's best, or vacations with the family, or it's college for yourself or for the kids, or maybe it's just taking care of yourself so you can pay the mortgage, pay the car payments, get out of debt. Whatever people's reasons, we can all use more of the lifestyle and the money, and the economy isn't so great out there right now. I'm sure a lot of you have noticed. It's really great to be able to help people take control over their own finances, their own ability to create lifestyle for themselves from home. All they need is a computer and internet access. So we're going to tell you a little bit now about the products that we have that actually help people make money online. And it all starts with our Instant Traffic Bootcamp and the List Mastery course that are what people get when they join for $25. It's the basics of how to drive traffic immediately. That's why it's called the Instant Traffic Bootcamp, to any website. Doesn't matter what kind of website it is, whether it's one you create yourselves and we show people how to do that, or whether you're using an affiliate created website, a replicated website. However, whatever it is you want to sell, whatever opportunity it is or affiliate product it is, you need traffic and you need it fast. That's what the Instant Traffic Bootcamp does for people. It shows them how to get traffic in paid ways as well as free ways to get people visitors, traffic to your website. That's what the Instant Traffic Bootcamp is all about. And then the List Mastery course is really interesting because so many people understand, maybe in vague terms, even if they've been marketing for quite some time online, they understand that they should be building a list and using an autoresponder to follow up with people who have come to their website. So hopefully their website has some way to capture people's information, like their name and their email address, maybe even their phone number, and that information is stored in an autoresponder. So we teach people how to do that, but what most people still miss is the fact that how to make money from that list, how to use that list most wisely to make profits from the list, because the whole point of building a list is to make money from that list. And most people are taught by their opportunity, their affiliate program, their MLM, that the whole point of driving people to a website and building a list is one thing, and that's to sell that one company, that one product, that one MLM, that one affiliate program. Just hammer people over and over and over again with the same thing, and hopefully some of them buy. And the conversion ratio of that's probably going to be about 1%. But what we do is we teach people much more sophisticated ways of using that list. If you've already captured people's information in the autoresponder, how can you take that 1% to be a much higher number? And that's what we teach in List Mastery. Now, our more advanced products, 30-day challenge, and the 30-day challenge, I should just cover that one first before I jump on, is, as its title says, a 30-day course taught by our founder and our head faculty member, the creator of the Academy of Online Success, Paul Birdsall, who has made over $1 million a year online for the past 12 years. So he knows what he's doing. He's a good person to learn from, and he's the person who teaches, is the primary instructor inside of the Academy, but he's not the only faculty member we have. But he's in the 30-day challenge. You're actually looking over his shoulder and getting a different assignment every day where you see exactly what he's doing. He's teaching you how to drive traffic, or how to create a website, or how to make more money with what you've got, or how to have the right mindset to make money in the first place. And then you're given an assignment, and go and do the assignment, and then come back the next day to pick it up from there. See, it's important that people use all their senses to learn. Use the eyes, the ears, the fingers to do. All your senses to be involved means you're going to learn something better, and you're going to have more success with it. And the way we have success here means you're learning things that can help you make money. So on a 30-day program taught by our founder, Paul Birdsall, is what you get in the 30-day challenge for driving traffic and making more money on the internet, and looking over his shoulder, not just seeing, but not just being taught, but actually seeing what he's doing, and then being shown how to go and do it, and then actually going and doing it, so that you learn. This is the old saying of teach a man to fish versus just giving a man a fish. That's what the 30-day income challenge is all about. Now, in the residual advertising blueprint, another product from the Academy of Online Success, is all about the long term, making money over the long term. See, the Instant Traffic Bootcamp is about getting instant traffic to any website. The residual advertising blueprint is about getting traffic to a website for years. So you build something today, and it could be making money for you, not just tomorrow or a month from now or 6 months from now, but it'll still be making money for you, and maybe even more money for you a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. So we show you how to set things up that make you residual income passively. And it's not from just selling a product. It's doing all kinds of different things with a website to monetize that website and be making money from it passively in a variety of different ways and residually over time. So wouldn't it be nice to do things today that 3 years from now are making you $3,000 of passive residual income a month? That's what we teach in the residual advertising blueprint. So we're a product company, and we have products that help people, that teach people, show people how to make money online, regardless of whatever it is that they're selling. Now, we also have a financial opportunity here at the Academy of Online Success. And I'm going to show you how our financial opportunity works with an example. It's meant to be an example for illustrative purposes only. Obviously, this is not a guarantee that this is how it's going to work for anybody, but it can work this way, and for some people it will work this way, but it's not a guarantee that it'll work this way for you. It's meant to show you how the compensation plan works, and we're going to show you how a $25, turning $25 into a $50,000 a month income in 10 weeks simply by sharing your Academy of Online Success affiliate link. So, and it's only from just 4 paid members. That's right. You're not getting 4,000 paid members. You're just getting 4 paid members, and all of this in 10 weeks by sharing your Academy of Online Success link can turn into $50,000 a month. Let's see how that is going to work, because I can't wait to see how that's going to work. Compensation plan highlights, only $25 to get started. 100% commissions on the sale of the Academy of Online Success products. You break even on your product from your first paid member. For your first sale, you're getting your product costs covered. You get paid directly into your bank account. Now here's how it's going to begin. The very first week, you refer 4 people into the $25 program. You get to keep the first person and the third person, and person number 2 and 4 get passed up to your trainer / sponsor. Now, if you just thought that that sounded like a bad deal for you, just hang on, because I'm going to show you how that's a massively great deal for you as we move along in our 10 weeks. So you keep 2 times 25 is $50, right? And that's recurring. Whoops, I jumped a week here. Week 2, your 2 get 4 each. So you got 4 the first week. Now people you bring into the business get 4 each their first week. Now it doesn't matter. You're not getting any more yourself in our example. They each pass 2 up to you. So now 4 times 25 equals $100. Now you have $150 monthly income because you're adding that onto your first week's income. Okay, well, week 3, your 4 get their 4 and each pass up 2 of them to you for 8 new people. You didn't get any new ones. 8 times 25 is $200. You have a $350 monthly income. Week 4, you're getting 8 past the 4. They passed 2 each up to you for 16 new people. That's $25 times 16 equals $400. You now have a $750 monthly income. This is starting to get kind of exciting, because for most people, this is more than a car payment. You're paying off debt. You could be close to a mortgage payment or a rent payment. This is starting to become pretty significant money, and it's only 30 days into it, right? Week 5, you're 16. They each get their 4. They pass 2 up to you for 32 new people. See how this starts growing, just growing massively, and all you did was start with 4, and you're not getting any more after that. They're just each getting 4. 32 times 25 is $800. You have a $1,550 monthly income. Week 6, your 32 get their 4. They pass up 2 for 64 new people. Multiply that by $25. At $1,600, you now have a $3,150 monthly income. Now, for a lot of people, this is a full-time income. This is bringing a spouse home from a job, maybe even going full-time in the business yourself, cutting hours back at work. This is getting significant. This is like average income for a family of 4 here in the United States. Now, here's where it starts getting really exciting. In week 7, you're 64. They each get their 4. They pass up to 128 new people. Multiply that by 25. That's $3,200. You now have a $6,350 monthly income, and it's week 7. For most people, this is a lot of money. For me, it's a lot of money. I don't know, I don't know who it wouldn't be a lot of money for, of recurring monthly income. Now, week 8, it really starts getting crazy, and we only have 2 more weeks after this because the example just gets too crazy. So your 128 get their 4, they pass up 2. 256 times $25 equals $6,400. You now have a $12,750 monthly income in 60 days. It's only 2 months have gone by, and you're 10,000. It's a lot of digits, a lot of dollars. Week 9, your 256 get their 4. They pass up 2. 512 new people times $25. That's $12,800. You now have a $25,550 monthly income. That's a lot of money. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Donald Trump, to be getting that passively, residually every month as a monthly income. That's a lot of money. Week 10, I told you we'd get to the $50,000. Your 512 get their 4 each. They pass up 1,024 new people to you. That's $25,600 of new money. Add that on to what you had before. It's $51,150 monthly income. See, we got there, and it only took 10 weeks. Here's the recap. You spent $25. You referred 4 paid members yourself. Now, you didn't get 4 each week or 4 each day or whatever. It's just 4. You got 4. You're making $51,150 in monthly residual income. Now, let's just say this is crazy, can't happen, not gonna happen. If you failed that by 90%, you'd still make over $5,000 a month. Cut that in half. It's still a lot of money. Can it work like that? Yes. Can it still be a good deal even if you fail it by 90% or 95%? I think the argument is indisputable that it's still a great deal if it works out like that. Will it work out like that for you? I don't know. It's up to you. It's going to be up to you how you implement the system, how you follow the training and actually do what we recommend. And now some people are going to be totally happy with just the products, and we're never, they're not going to become an affiliate. They're not going to want or need, or whatever the reasoning is, to use our opportunity here at the Academy. That's fine. We have products that are tremendously valuable, and people are going to use those products to sell whatever else it is that they want to sell on the internet more effectively because of the training they've learned here at the Academy. But people who do become an affiliate and want to make money selling the Academy products, here's how the compensation plan, a sketch of it, example for illustrative purposes. And I didn't even tell you, did you know that you can, if you want, refer more than those first 4 people? Sure, there's nothing stopping. In fact, Sherri, I've been watching Sherri's results. She gets people almost every single day. She's making sales. She's bringing people into the Academy as customers and as affiliates, and she's making sales every single day pretty much. So that's way more than 4 a week, isn't it? And you can find a Sherri. There's no saying you can't. So Sherri can find another person who's going to be as good as her, or even better. That's how it can work here. No one is limited in how many sales they can make, and no one's limited in how much money they can make. No one's limited in finding the next superstar. So I also didn't tell you that there are products over and above, beyond just the $25 product. So for example, there's a $100 product. So I didn't use that because quadrupling the figures is even more mind-blowing. But just keep that in mind, that those two things, lots of people are going to do nothing, but some people are going to refer way more than 4 people, way more, hundreds of people. They'll be making sales every day, multiple sales every day. And some of those sales aren't just going to be $25, guys. Some of those sales are going to be for a lot more money than that. So that's a quick overview of the opportunity. Now we're going to bring on our special guest. Now, Sherri, if you see the raise hand button, oh boy, you're quick. So now I'm going to unmute Sherri, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how she's using the products and enjoying the opportunity. Good evening, Sherri.
Hi, Alec. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, great. Terrific.
Great. Well, thanks for having me on tonight.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure. And I know what I said at the beginning of the webinar. I don't know if you heard me, but I lived in Austin for 11 years. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that, and I'm curious to know who else is nearby. It's always fun to connect with people locally.
Yeah.
You know, I get excited when in my own marketing attempts I connect with people locally because when you become a global marketer, you connect with people all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the day that you know, with your marketing efforts, find someone in your own backyard, it's kind of neat, you know.
It is. I know.
So
I've had some people like that too, where I see the area code and I'm like, huh. Well, you're
calling that person.
right here in Addison. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
kind
it's
of. And I've
fun.
gotten together with some of them, and even one guy, he wound up knowing people I went to high school with, and it's kind of interesting. There is someone on who said, "Hey, it's weather's great here in Austin," or something like that. So I didn't see his whole name, but there is someone else, at least one person on from Austin. So maybe they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, that's neat. It's always
Yeah.
good to know who's out there.
Uh-huh. So you you're not brand new to marketing online, Sherri, right? You've been doing this a
Right.
little while.
Yep, I've been involved in network marketing. Kind of started the old-fashioned way. You know, you join an MLM opportunity, you get exposed for the very first time to the concept of, you know, being able to have your own home-based business and have residual income. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I bought into that industry early on, but was basically, you know, told what most people get told. You know, let's list of your friends and family and let's set up some appointments or three-way calls and you know, talk to them one-on-one. And
Yep.
it, you know, it took me a while to for that to click that that just doesn't work. I mean, my first attempt at network marketing was with a financial services company, and it cost me a lot of money to get licensed. I had
Mm-hmm.
3 financial service licenses, and I loved educating people about, you know, home or, you know, personal finance. But what I
Mm-hmm.
found was that I was a terrible salesperson, and I ended up just being a professional visitor, you know, going around to people's
Mm-hmm.
houses, educating them, you know, sharing my knowledge and leaving to go home broke because I couldn't sell.
Mm.
And you know, after you know, stumbling around in that for a while, I found a mentor and decided to move 100% online, and that was about 7 years ago.
Wow.
And I so much fell in love with systems like the Academy, where, you know, you let your skill and your system do the selling, and then for me, the fun part is being able to, you know, connect with people after they've joined me and being able to help and support them and teach them. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to do any selling, yay, because
Yeah.
that sales process is painful for me. Um,
That's well, I mean, your story is a That's a common story, kind of the overview of it, of starting with a traditional MLM kind of company, and you see the bubbles or however it was depicted, and that clicked with you.
Mhm.
But it's true. It's so hard if you're taught that the way to do it is you make a list of 100 people you know, and then you know
Yeah.
your sponsor helps you contact them and give them the pitch and
Yeah.
home
Yep.
parties, and it's a very tough way to go, and it can turn people off.
Mhm.
And because you're starting with a list of 100 people you know, then those tend,
Yeah,
you're
my
turning off.
friends and family got to where they saw me coming, and they ran. Oh, here she comes again with something.
She's got
Um,
another idea.
yeah, and because I had people who knew what I was, that I was into network marketing. I can remember the day that a really good friend invited me over to her house to sit and listen to a presentation, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I did it for her as a favor, but I had already at that point gotten a taste of what was available online, and she had me meet with a guy who was really, really high up in Amway, or Quickstar, I think it was at the time, and he was he was earning six figures, and I listened and I was respectful, and at the end, I said, "So what do I have to do to get started?" I was baiting him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Well," he handed me this piece of paper, and it had basically blank lines with names and phone numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point in time, I looked him straight in the eye and I said, "You have no idea how sick this makes me feel at my stomach."
Mm.
Because I just knew it didn't work.
Yeah.
And what I've, learned in my, I guess, 7+ years now of being online is that there are tons of people out there looking for
Right.
what I have to offer. And if I, take the time, I've one of my long-term favorite quotes has always been success equals skill times action. And
Mm-hmm.
if I take the time to learn some new skill and then take action on that skill, I've learned how to attract people to me, people who want what I have. There's no sales pitch that I have to make. They're
Yeah.
already looking for what I have. I just need to build my web. If you think of a spider, I'm building a large web out there, and people are crawling along, and they're going to land in my web. And
Mm-hmm.
and so many times, the first contact I have with people is when they call me. They've already joined my
Right.
program or my system, and they call me.
It feels so good, doesn't it?
It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
So
I
refreshing.
I have conversations. Sometimes friends will see my posts on Facebook or something, and so they'll call
Mhm.
me and, well, what is this? How does it work? And actually, I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and he was just, giving me the whole thing. Like, I said, John, why don't you just watch the presentation?
Mhm.
Because you're getting the totally wrong impression here. Like, you're going to be getting calls from people grilling you, and that's not
Mhm.
the way it is. I never have conversations like the one we're having. I only, you know, I'm having it because we're friends and you called me, but I never have those professionally.
Mhm.
Everyone who I talk to has already joined. They've watched Paul, and he has sold them on why they should do what they've decided to move forward with. And so you're getting totally the wrong impression
Exactly.
about this. It's so
I've
much
had
easier that way. So
had
tell
those
me,
same conversations.
yeah, with people who see you on Facebook or something,
Mhm.
they get in touch with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you want to just say, and you kind of have to be
You
kind of
kind of just
direct.
become
Like,
mysterious, and you just,
look,
you know,
yeah, I only work with people who follow the steps. So if you
that's right.
don't want to follow them, that's okay. But just follow them or don't follow them. But
That's right.
I'm not going to give you the.
Yeah.
I'm not going to convince you why you should do what I'm doing.
Mhm.
So you've been marketing online for several years. So what inside of the academy um, what's different now? What's an example or two that you've learned from our products that
Oh,
are helping you market?
that
What's
is a great
changed?
question. That is a great question. And, I just want everyone to know that's listening out there. And, there was a day 7 years ago when I started that I had no list. I didn't even know what an autoresponder was.
Mm-hmm.
I had, very little money to get started. I had no skills. I pretty much knew how to use email, but I didn't know HTML. I didn't know how to build a website. I was brand new. And, one of my favorite quotes ever is that if you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you are
Mm-hmm.
determined to learn, no one can stop you.
Mm-hmm. That's a
And
great one.
that's there's truth in that. And um, my first 7 years, before I met Paul and before I met, uh, was able to sit in and be mentored by him in some of his previous systems,
Mm-hmm.
um, I was still uh, fitting into that equation: success equals skill times action. However, I was taking so much action because I had little skill
Mm-hmm.
that there weren't enough hours in the day. I was using things like traffic exchanges and SafeList, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
talk about SafeList in a little bit because I have to put a plug in for Jamie's training that's in the Instant Traffic Bootcamp. I want to say more about that, so if I forget, remind me.
Okay.
But so I was spending tons of time working hard every day. I
Yeah.
have a tremendous work ethic, and I study and learn and take action. But at the end of the day, there just wasn't time, and I wasn't achieving the success that I wanted. And what I've learned the most from Paul is um, what I call set it and forget it marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You learn a skill. Now keep in mind it's an advanced skill, not something that everybody can do right away. They have to study and learn and kind of stumble through it a little bit. But once you learn that skill, you can set up, um, real estate on the website that brings you traffic for life.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that you can literally walk away from it. And, I think I was in the ambassador call or was talking to Chase, talking to somebody this week that talked about how Paul, you know, lost or forgot where some of his traffic was coming from. And that's happened to me recently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting these leads and I'm like, I have no idea where they're coming from because um, like I've learned to forward my affiliate links to a domain so that
Mm-hmm.
if I ever want to change them, I can go change it in one spot. But
Mm-hmm.
when I got started, I didn't do that. So I have these websites or something out there
Mm-hmm.
somewhere with an affiliate link that's
Articles.
still bringing me leads and I have no idea where they're coming from, you know?
Well, that's wonderful.
But that's a good problem to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, to really have true success, and success for me is not always about the money. It's about the time freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And success for me is being able to totally walk away when I want to. Now, keep in mind, I'm hooked in this
Mm-hmm.
industry and it's something I enjoy. And I don't ever see myself necessarily retiring because I love being able to give back and help other people, help raise up other people, to help them achieve success. But there are times when I'm going to want to walk away for, a couple weeks or a month, to take
Yeah.
a vacation or whatever. And just knowing that, my system and my traffic is all set up and working for me, whether I work or not.
Yep.
And so that's what I'm looking forward to is more and more of that.
Yeah, it's a
So
great feeling.
yeah.
And to be able to help other people who want to have that same thing.
Mhm.
You know, you
Absolutely.
way back, getting back to one of the first things you said, tells me one of the reasons why you are so successful is when you were doing your financial advisor job that wasn't making you any money, but you were teaching people. You enjoyed the teaching
Mm-hmm.
part of it,
Mm-hmm.
so you liked people and you liked teaching people and helping people. And I think that's something those are ingredients that are obviously part of your success. And I think often there's a perception about people who are online doing affiliate marketing or network marketing online that they're, some creepy kid in a basement somewhere, who there's no light coming in and they don't ever talk to anybody. They're maybe not even
Mm-hmm.
using their real name. They're fake
Yep.
names, fake
Yep.
pictures, and fake, fake, fake. And
Yep.
I mean, that maybe there are people like that, but that's not the way we are here at the academy. We're leading by exactly what you're doing, which is you find people. Well, they find you, really. They
Yep.
find you, and then they raise their hand and they say, "I want to be helped." And depending on how serious they are, I imagine you focus more attention on the ones who are more serious and more um, deserving of your time, and
Absolutely.
it just grows and grows, and you've probably got new ones coming in every day, and more of it is kind of sifting the ones who are serious from the ones who aren't, and that kind of
Yep.
thing. But that being a real person, you and being interested in helping is those are such important, and it's what we're built on. It's what we want everybody, we want to teach that, and obviously people can do whatever they want. This isn't a job. We don't tell
Certainly.
people what to do. But if you want to be successful, do what Sherri does. Everybody out there. That's what I'm saying is because she is real and she is committed and she is actually talking to people and helping people and
Yep.
communicating with them, however it is you do. And
It's hard, but I try to do my best, connecting with as many people as I can. And, I've learned that also from Paul is how to leverage my time in terms of connecting with people and supporting them. And
mm-hmm,
I try to train people really quickly to not always call me, but to email me when they have a problem, because so often the question that they're asking, other people have that same question. And
right.
the way I answer it is often I'll go record a quick little YouTube video and
Mm-hmm,
show them the answer to their question. And I keep a little library of stuff like that, and when the
mm-hmm,
next person asks the same question, I've already got the answer. It's kind of like my own little FAQ.
mm-hmm,
But then that person, when they become a leader and they need to show somebody how to do that, they can just refer to my video,
mm-hmm,
and pass that along. Um, as much as I love to connect with people personally, it becomes hard at some point. Again, there's
right,
not enough hours in the day, but
right.
I usually try to, at least when I see people rising up and taking action and beginning to connect with me, I definitely try to give them a quick little phone call.
Mm-hmm,
And you'll be surprised how many people have never experienced that. They
mm-hmm,
have experienced the young kid in the basement. They
right,
join program and program and program and never get a phone call from anybody.
right.
And
Yeah.
I think you mentioned, Alec, and I remember seeing, maybe it was you or Jamie, somebody did a webinar and they encouraged, that if you're kind of brand new and you're starting to build your list, and you have a lot of time, that's one of the best things you can do is to personally connect with people um,
It
as
is.
much as possible.
Yeah. Even if you don't talk, like I would encourage people to not talk too long, but
Mm-hmm.
um, even a voicemail message, or just if you get the person, just say, "Hey, I am just reaching out to you. I saw you just joined my program, and I want to let you know that I'm for real and I take this seriously, and I'm going to be here to help you if you're going to be serious about it too. So I'll let
Mm-hmm.
you get back to work, and we can be in touch in a few days. Something like that. And so many people do say, "Wow, I've never had someone call me when I've joined anything before," or
Mm-hmm.
I I didn't know you were for real and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But yeah.
I'll never forget the day that I joined my first online business, and the sponsor that I hooked up with called me within like 15 minutes of me joining, and I was like, wow.
It's a
And he was kind of new too, and he didn't have all the answers, but he was
mm-hmm,
genuine and said, if I don't know the answer, I know someone who does, and we are dear friends to this day.
mm,
I've had a chance to travel a little bit with my job, and when I was in Nebraska, we met in person, and I try to do that as much as I can, meet people when I'm traveling.
mm,
But
that's
we're
great.
we're very dear friends to this day,
Yeah.
and all because he called me.
Well, and that's another thing that we do here is that we aren't just online. We actually have our first symposium planned in the works, so we're going to have a face-to-face conference where you and I are going to get to meet each other, and I don't know, dozens, hundreds of us will all be together, and we'll be learning from each other. We'll be celebrating success together, recognizing people, and making sure that everybody knows that the founders of the company are real people, and we're all there, and the faculty is there, and our meeting planner and marketing person is there, and our trainers are going to be there, and so we're a real company, not just kind of a funnel type of a thing, or
Hmm.
there's a lot of things that are sort of businesses, but they're not really businesses. They're just funneling people to whatever the real business is, and then that business is the thing that actually, you know, issues the certificates for advancement, or the has the conferences, or
Right.
all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
But
Right.
here at the academy,
Hmm.
we're for real, and we're a real company, provide the real products, have the real conferences so that we can get together and be real together.
Yep. Absolutely. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
Um, you know, I
So,
I want to say a couple things before. I know we're getting close to the top of the hour. I want to just speak for a minute to the new people that are out there, and I think I mentioned this phrase earlier, and it's about compressing time frames. And I want you guys to know, everyone out there listening, that what we have here is we have, a six-figure plus multi-million dollar earner in Paul Birdsall, who has, and I've heard him say this, he's spent thousands and thousands of dollars on programs and education and, ebooks and learning and studying. And, you know, he spent, years doing that, 15 years or more doing that. And we get the benefit of his experience, and he is enabling us to compress time frames. And I've been able to do this myself. I spent my first 5 years online kind of stumbling around, but the last
mhm.
2 years, since I've been studying from Paul or learning from Paul, my time frames have begun compressing. I'm getting faster, seeing success come faster than ever before. And
Mm,
um, I
that's
want to
cool.
give a little plug out there for Jamie's Safe List course that's part of the Instant Traffic Bootcamp. If you guys haven't been in there, be sure that you get in there and watch that lesson on free solo ads. Because I remember 7 years ago when I started and I had no list and didn't know what an autoresponder was, that's what I started doing, was using SafeList, and it works. It gets people on your list, and relatively easy to learn and do. It just takes a lot of action. And just want to encourage you guys to get out there and start getting people on your list. And that when I studied that program this week, it really kind of hit me at my core that there are some people that aren't willing to even do that. They are still, years later, jumping from program to program to program, thinking that the program is going to be their salvation.
Yeah.
Yet they have not taken the time to learn the skill of building a list. I asked them, how many subscribers do you have on your list? Well, none. And I tell them straight up, because I know this is the truth, I tell them, it's tough love, but I tell them, you know what? If you're not willing to do what it takes to start getting subscribers on your list, then you might as well hang up your marketing hat and go home, because you're spinning your wheels.
Right.
And that's what people learn first off in the academy is how to start building that list, and it's critical. Yeah. It's absolutely critical.
It is kind of a tough love, the way that the way that Paul hits people with it right from the beginning, because it's kind of the opposite of what a lot of people are taught, which is usually people are taught, well, we got this company, or we got this MLM vitamins, or whatever the product is, and they're just drilled into their heads that the whole purpose of doing anything is to sell that product. And Paul says, no. The purpose is to build a list, because that's going to be it's going to be like a bank.
Yeah.
It shows people in the full presentation, which I encourage everybody who hasn't seen it, get back to the person who sent you this link to this webinar tonight and ask to see the full presentation on the Academy, so you can see how Paul shows you in there, like, sent an email this day to my list, made $30,000. 2 weeks later, sent another email, made $35,000. That's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Kind of like the cash machine. You're just... So, anyway, speaking of cash machine, you're doing very well. You've been, there's the kind of person who we only launched 3 weeks ago, right, Sherri?
Yeah, it was the 15th. Yeah.
It was the 15th of April.
April 15th.
And that's another question I have for you is, but I get back to that one. I'm going to try and remember. But there are people who you can see, I can see with my experience, people who I know are going to be really successful because they are consistent in terms of their results. And you don't get 5 sales a day and then nothing until the next week. You're more of a person a day kind of a producer. And that consistently, and it's probably, we're only 3 weeks into it, so that's probably going to, over time, it'll go from kind of 1 a day, it'll become 2 a day, and then it'll become 4 a day, but that consistency is going to make you, you're already making significant money that you've made here at the Academy, and it's going to be big. I don't know if you've thought about this, how big it's going to get for you when we're talking, and you'll be back on this show. I hope you'll be a regular guest, but we'll be talking someday, maybe 6 months from now or 9 months from now, and you're going to be making tens of thousands of dollars a month just from the Academy program and whatever else from other things you're doing. Does that feel pretty good, the way you're going? You've seen that?
Alec, it's great to have a vision, and I do have that vision, but actually I don't focus so much on that. I just know in my heart, you talked about consistency. I don't focus on that. I focus on the daily action. I've learned not to study comp plans and not not try to know every little detail of how compensation plans work, because it doesn't matter if you don't take action.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take that action and you start making money, then that comp plan deserves your attention. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that till you actually see results from it. But yeah, I mean, I have big dreams, and I never forget about those dreams, and I definitely see the vision here, and that's why I'm really focused here right now, and I'm encouraging my team to set everything else aside. I mean, this is foundational training that we
Yeah.
all need, and
Right.
if people get so distracted, they're just going nowhere fast. They have to stop and focus. I
Right.
mean,
And learn the
I
basics.
was, yeah, on a daily basis, I was going through the training on optimized press, and that was a new thing for me to learn. And I can remember self-talking and saying, okay, Sherri, if you have to pause that video 1,000 times tonight until you get it, that's okay. It was a new skill that I had to learn, but I
Mm-hmm.
stayed focused and I sat there, and that video might have been 15 minutes. It might have taken me 2 hours to make it through it, but I focused and I did it. And now I have a new skill,
Yeah.
and that skill is going to make me money. So as
Mm-hmm.
much as I love to dream, I know, I always think about the financial illustration, the penny a day millionaire versus, if you ask your children, how would you like to have a penny a day that doubles every day versus if I just, gave you $10,000 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Most people would say, heck, give me the 10,000, but they have
Right.
no idea what the daily consistent action
Yeah.
has for them, you know. So
Yeah. Well, I
I
I
I
applaud
just
you.
stay
I
focused.
Yeah. I mean, the way you're going right now is perfect. It's just terrific, and it's going to do great things for you, and replicating that for your team. I mean, teaching them how to do it is that's going to be great for you too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all kinds of good happening there. What do you say? I did remember my question that I tucked away because of the 3 weeks thing. It's funny how you talk to people. The human psychology of there's always the oh, I wish I had been in such and such when they launched. Oh, I wish I had bought such and such a stock when it went public. I wish, I wish, I wish.
Mhm.
But then when sometimes you talk to people about, well, there's this new great thing. It's the Academy of Online Success, and they're like, well, how long has it been around? Because I'm not really sure, how long. I kind of want to wait and see. What do you say to that kind of a? I should wait and see.
That's a good question. Not sure I have a good answer for that one. I know that, um, it goes back to that building a list thing. Has that person learned to build a list? And if they haven't, they need somebody to teach them.
They need to learn the basics.
They need to learn the basics. And I look back and I have my own personal story to tell that, you know, I spent 5 years stumbling and fumbling out there, and the last 2 years, I mean, okay, it's coming to me. I have a really good answer for this one. The
Okay.
last 2 years that I've spent with Paul have just skyrocketed my results.
Uh-huh.
But I've always known in my heart that Paul was holding something back. He wasn't
Hmm.
teaching us all the tricks and all the
No.
golden nuggets. He would share them from, every once in a while. And, it would usually be late on the webinar, like, when the bulk of the people have already hung up and gotten off, he would share these little tips
Uh-huh.
that would just turn out to be golden nuggets. And
Yeah.
I asked myself, well, why isn't he sharing that with everybody? And the reason is because he had no financial incentive to do so. He's built a system now where it pays him to make us all as good as he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's finally built something where he's incentivized to share all those golden nuggets, and the more he shares, the more he makes, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I'm so looking forward to learning all this stuff that he's held back for all these years, and I'm beginning to see it revealed, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just so excited.
Yes.
We're in a very lucky spot to be able to receive this mentoring from him.
Yeah. Well, you're right. You're right. That was a great answer because that is so true. And he he's going to keep sharing new things as they're coming along as well.
Hmm.
It's really exciting to be working with him kind of behind the scenes as he's working on new things. Um, I mean, there is the stuff that people can get access to right now, as awesome as it is. There's even more coming that people are going to just be, and not everybody will get it because there's some advanced money making stuff, but it's really good. So stay tuned, Sherri.
Oh,
You're
I'm not going anywhere. When I have such a large list and I've connected with so many people through the years, I mean, I get bombarded daily with, check this out, check that out. Here's the greatest and, best program ever. And I
mm-hmm,
just confidently write back, look, I'm totally focused for the next 30, 60, 90 days on the Academy. And I'll put this on my list to check out. But of course, my list is long and I'm not going to ever get to that kind of stuff.
mm-hmm.
But I just, it's an easy way to say no because I'm totally focused here and just trying to keep up with. I'm thankful for all the recorded webinars because so often I'm catching up late in the evenings and I'm just trying to stay caught up.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe it's definitely worth my time and attention. So I'm here.
Well, it's been really great sharing an hour with you, Sherri. I
Thanks. You too.
appreciate your time and the wisdom you've imparted, and this has been this has been really great getting to know you a bit better. And I hope everybody out there um, felt how genuine you are, and how I'm sure they did because you are so genuine. You care about
I'm just me.
people, and you're real. So it's been really great.
Well,
And
thanks.
I want to tell people that if you have not gotten inside the academy, you need to get back with the person who invited you to this webinar. However you can, email them back, respond to their email, whatever it is, so that you can see the full presentation and get inside and check it out and start learning the kinds of things that Sherri has been talking about learning, and changing your life and your income the way that Sherri has been talking about changing hers. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Alec.
And this is Alec Herring, President and CEO of Academy of Online Success, signing out.